I have logged in the teams, and so I am going to go to second period. So for the seventh and eighth graders, I am going to address you guys first, and then I'm going to address the sixth graders. So if you're in sixth grade, go ahead and stay in. Stay attentive because you're going to be coming up pretty quick because seventh and eighth grade doesn't have that much that they're going to be doing today. Okay. All right. Make sure. Boom. It's flip grid. Let me answer a question real quick. It's flip grid assignment. We did help recover the other assignments we didn't do because we needed help or no. Okay. So if you did the flip grid assignment, I will give you credit for one of the formative uh, grades. So basically a classwork grade. So yes, I will give you a grade for that if you did it. Flip grid thing is closed now, so you cannot do it now at this point. That was for extra credit, but you can finish your assignments still, so you can get the credit for that. Okay. All right. So seventh and eighth grade. If you're in seventh and eighth grade, and as people still coming in, I am going to continue to repeat some of the stuff that I had said before. Use the Q&A, type in there to ask questions, and that way I'll get to those questions as we go through this, okay? So I am going to show you seventh and eighth grade what you need to do as far as the assignment for this week. You're going to be working on a podcast outline, and I believe this is what I want to show. Here. You're gonna be working on a podcast outline, okay? And in your podcast outline, I have a document for you to look at. I'm sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. I have a document for you to look at, and once you get in there, it's going to have a bunch of different sections. You're going to have to fill in those sections. Those sections are easy to fill in. It has some text there. It says, remove this text and put your own text in. All right, and then it gives you an example of what you should see. Okay, let me see if I can get this stuff up here. Figured out. There we go. All right, so let's look at this, guys. Seventh and eighth graders. You're gonna go to the assignments tab. Click on the assignments tab, and it should come up like this. Okay. Now from here, you will go to the podcast project part. Number 2. All right, so yours is going to look a little bit different than mine. So this is what it should look like on your end. All right, it has the information that you need to do. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on the podcast talking points outline. All right, and that is this right here. Okay, so you're going to click on that. Now, when you click on this, you want to download this. Don't use it in the online version of this. So you click on these 3 dots here. You don't want to open it in the desktop app. You don't want to open it in the browser. You want to open it in the desktop app. Okay. So I'm not going to do that right now because I already have this on my computer, so I don't want to get another copy. But you want to open it in the desktop app. Okay. All right. Once you get it open in the desktop app, you want to start editing this. So as you can see here, it says, the intro. You can leave those headings on. All right. It says, erase this and write your intro here. Okay. The example is, welcome to the Sports Show podcast. My name is John. Let's get to today's show. So something similar to that you can write right here. So you want to erase all of this and write your intro in there. All right. Let's go to number 2. Again, it says erase this and add your first segment title here. So whatever your segments are from your podcast proposal screen or your podcast proposal video, make sure that you are using those. There's only 4. All right, so 2, 3, 4, and 5. You need to make sure that you are adding your segments that you put in, those 4 segments that you did from the other project. So just for clarity, let me go back and show you what I'm talking about, okay? So if we go back to assignments, all right, the podcast project part 1. All right. Where you guys were supposed to go into here and look at this podcast planning. All right. Let's look at it a different way. All right. Well, you guys supposed to go into the podcast planning. Let's look at it in a student view. Okay. You'll come to here. This is what we worked on last week. So these segments right here, these 4 segments are what you're going to put in as headings into your outline. Okay, let's go back to assignments. So this is where you're supposed to go to assignments. You're going to podcast project part 2. All right, and again, that's your outline. All right, so you fill in these parts. Once you finish filling in these parts, okay, you're going to go back to, you're going to save it on your desktop. Okay, save it onto your desktop, and then you're going to come back in here under assignments. Click on this assignment. All right, and I'm going to go to student view because this is what it'll look like for you guys. Right up under this podcast talking points outline, there will be an option for you to save or add work. Add work. So you'll click on add work. Once you click on add work, then it'll give you an option to add your work. All right. So once you add your work, I'll be able to get it on my end, and it'll come right in here for me to be able to grade it. Okay. So make sure that you are doing that. All right. Let me go back to my live and make sure that you guys are getting your questions answered. So I'm going to go to the question section. All right. The new assignment. This is from Wilna. The new assignment. Do we have to do it in one day? No, you have all week to do this. Now, consequently, next week we're going to be on spring break, so you don't have to turn it in. So you actually have 2 weeks to do this to do this assignment. So it's very, very easy for you to do this, okay? Okay. Any more questions? All right, another question. The assignment wasn't there, or we have to do it on Word and then send it to you. Okay, the assignment is there now. I did not put it up there earlier because I didn't want people to do it and not have the answers to their questions, and they'll be sending me a barrage of emails. So I wanted to wait to put it up right before I went live so I can answer the questions right here and show you exactly what you needed to do. Okay. How long will this podcast take is first question. And the second question is, do we have to start it today? All right. The podcast project in all will probably take us another 3 weeks, not including I'm sorry, it'll probably take us another 2 weeks, not including spring break. Okay, so that should answer your first question. The second question is, do you have to start it today? Ideally, you would want to start it today so you can get it done with, so you don't have to worry about doing it over spring break. Not that you would do anything over spring break, but do it before you go on to spring break, and so you can take care of that. Okay. All right. Zaria, what did I miss? Okay, you just coming in at 10 to 10. Okay. What you missed was the assignment that we had to do today or for the next week. Consequently, it's going to end up being 2 weeks because you're on spring break. Let me show you again real quick, and that'll help other people that just got in. Cameron, Zaria says never mind. Okay, Cameron, what grade is this? This is for 7th and 8th grade right now. We're going to go to 6th grade in a few seconds. Okay. All right, let me ask a few more questions so I can get these questions done. So we start next Thursday, right? Because that's the day we're supposed to do connections okay. So you are doing this starting now, but you have until April 16th to turn it in, because next week you're supposed to have a week to do it. You'll be working on something every day for that entire week. But you will actually have to turn it in on April 16th, which is the following Thursday, technically, because we're on spring break next week. All right. I'm getting some more questions in. I am going to go ahead and move to the 6th grade. If you have any more questions, 7th and 8th graders, you can email me. And I will answer those emails once I get off the live.